Hi there, everyone. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you on the 29th of March 2014. You may have just watched our video update on the storm system in northeastern Asia. But we're also talking about a low pressure area, and I'm calling this a low pressure area because it is being called one by JMA. You can see it there in the bottom right of your screen. I'll actually mark it out right here. Now, if we go ahead and pull up JMA's weather map, you can see that it does have a low marked right there, and they don't expect it to become a tropical depression in the next 48 hours. But model outlooks, not just one, but several, are being aggressive on this area. And right now, we got a lot of convection. Now, this is one thing I do want to point out before I get into this update. I'm just doing it really quick because there is a lot of talk about it, is that right now we do have a lot of convection, but look where it is. I mean, it's way out there. This is about as far as east as you can go on our map. It's out there in Micronesia. It is going to be bringing some rain showers to be had. But, I mean, we didn't even see the development of Haiyan or Yolanda until it got a little bit farther west here. So this one still has a lot of time. If this tracked on a normal progression, this would still take about a week and a half before it reached the Philippines. So right now, let's not start screaming storm system just yet. But I do want to talk about it, and I do want to show you kind of a Westpac weather first look on this tropical low. Where could it possibly be heading? Well, at the very least, our current streamline analysis does depict a high pressure ridge, and we are seeing that over basically the northern parts of the Philippine Sea. So if we have a low rate here and it doesn't get picked up at any time, and right now it doesn't look like it's going to because it's so far south, then it's going to stay on the southern edge of that high pressure ridge, continue to track off towards the west, eventually impacting the Philippines. Now, we take a look at the ECMWF model. Let's go ahead and scroll down here and zoom out a little bit. And we have our low starting to slowly develop back there towards the west. And you can see it way out here. This is why I zoomed back so far. Well, let's go ahead into the next 5 days. And this is 5 days from now, granted. And remember, we are starting to see a low develop south of Guam based on this ECMWF model outlook. Now, it's really southern periphery of it is very dry. Northern periphery does have a lot of moisture. That could bring some showers eventually towards Yap and Palau and even southern parts of the Mariana Islands. But this is 5 days outlook, and this is basically after 5 days, you start to lose a lot of confidence in these model outlooks. So that's as far as I'm showing you with this particular platform. Beyond this, keep in mind, this is all hypothetical, and a lot could change. But I'll show you what the GFS does show. And at this time, this is basically out towards Saturday, the 5th of April. So very far into the future, about 252 hours out. Tuesday, the 8th of April. Remember, this is the 29th when I'm making this, so about 2 weeks from now. This does show a tropical storm making landfall in parts of Visayas or southern Luzon. If you remember, though, just last week with our last storm system we had out here, Kaloy, the model showed a very similar outcome, and it eventually was a very weak tropical depression, very, very weak tropical depression. It brought some widespread showers to the southern half of the Philippines. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Climatologically speaking, models, especially the GFS, is very aggressive in the long range. As sooner and closer we get to the actual date of the storm coming ashore, it weakens out dramatically. That's climatology. Not saying this can't happen, and it has happened in the past, and I think that you could still get a name Pagasa storm, but as far as a JMA name storm, the international one, it seems like that wouldn't be very likely. The key thing to keep in mind, the key thing I think is different about this particular storm, though, is that the ECMWF model shown here is picking up on it. And when this one picks up on a storm, usually it does happen. It's usually less aggressive than its GFS counterpart. And let's just go ahead really quick, and I'm going to toss up this. And while I'm doing that, I'll pull up the FinMock NavGem model, and let's go ahead and scroll through this. And right now we are expecting a low risk of development with this area, and that's something to keep in mind. We do expect it to at least bring some showers across parts of Micronesia and eventually over there towards southern Guam. Still pulling this up, and actually this is the first time I've looked at the NavGem model, so you're going to go ahead and walk through this here with me, and let's see what this thing is saying on this area for possible development. And this is 2 weeks out. Oh, it does have a little bit of a low there. Now, this is by the 5th of April. Now, this is the key thing to keep in mind, and this is red flags right away. This says the 5th of April for the nav gem, a low south of Guam. What was this? Okay. And then we're going to go to the 5th of April. Well, a little bit. This one's a little bit farther towards the west. We can scroll back to the nav gem and see that GFX actually had it pointed over here, nav gem's over here. So big difference, not exactly matched on Q, but they both do expect some sort of development. So that's 3 models right there. All right, let's continue to keep an eye on this. And for now, though, not much else to talk about it unless you are out here into Micronesia, even extending over towards Chuuk, any of those islands. You are getting the rain showers, nothing more typical than your daily afternoon rain. All right, that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at WesternPacificWeather.com. Ooh, another big announcement. Check this out. PPS/trim. Now available. Trim is that one really awesome imagery that we always show with the 7 days past rainfall. PPS is its sequel, basically. And this one's going to show precipitation all over the world. Definitely look forward to more information from that particular tool. Today, I'm heading out towards some of the parks. Going to go check out the cherry blossoms out here in Tokyo. So definitely looking forward to more pictures of that. If you have any good photos, please do share with us here at WesternPacificWeather.com. Not just of cherry blossoms, but anything else. Looking for a good photo of the day out here. Also, don't forget to follow us here on YouTube. You can subscribe, like this YouTube video. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Western Pacific Weather. You can follow me at Robert Spetta. Don't forget to donate to the website. Always looking for more upgrades. And yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. Always appreciate that. Stay safe out there, everybody, and thanks for watching.